Maybe I've been lying to myself. No, I need to get some help. Hoping you could save me, baby. Put our pictures on the shelf.
Good day, everyone. Today we're going to do an experiment about photosynthesis. But before we start, let's prepare our materials first. Now that we already have our materials, let's do the two needed solution. The first one is the detergent solution, then the baking soda solution. And now that we already have our solutions, let's proceed to punching 20 holes in the leaves. I use silly leaves since the spinach in our backyard are too small. After punching 20 leaf discs, I separated the two parts of syringe and I dropped the first 10 discs inside the first syringe, then the other 10 in the other syringe, then I reassemble it and I pushed the flanger almost to the bottom but I didn't crush the disc. Next, I labeled the syringe C for treatment and C for control. And then the next step for the treatment, I drew up small amount or 1 ml of detergent solution and then I drew the baking soda solution up to 3.5 ml. Then I point the syringe upward so that any air bubbles rise and gently squeeze syringe until liquid begins to come out. Then after that, I put a finger on the end of the syringe and roll the plunger back slightly, creating a partial vacuum. I repeat until the leaf discs are suspended in the solution. And for the control, I draw up small amount 1 ml of detergent solution and then draw the water up to 3.5 ml. Then just like in treatment, I point the syringe upward so that any air bubbles rise and gently squeeze the syringe until liquid begins to come out. I put the finger on the end of the syringe and roll the plunger back, slightly creating a partial vacuum. I repeat it again until the leaf discs are suspended in the solution. Then I pour the contents of control and treatment syringes into two labeled clear plastic caps. Then I swirl the liquid to try to keep the discs from sticking to each other and then let them sit. After that, I turn on a bright light and monitor the disc every minute. I count how many discs are floating during each of the next 15 minutes. And lastly, after all or most of the discs are floating, I put the caps in the dark and I monitor it for the next 15 minutes. Good day, everyone. For today's activity, we're going to do the cellular respiration with yeast. But before we start, let's prepare the materials. And now that we already have our materials, let's do the experiment. The first thing we should do is to fill the bottles up with about 1 inch of warm water and put labels to it. Then the second step is to add the entire yeast packet and gently swirl the bottle a few seconds. Do this for all of the bottles. Next, we add the sugar and swirl it around some more. For bottle A, there's no sugar. For bottle B, 1 teaspoon of sugar. And for bottle C, 3 teaspoons of sugar. After that, we stretch out the balloon by blowing it up repeatedly. Then we place the neck of the balloon over the neck of the bottle. Lastly, we let the bottle sit in a warm place for about 20 minutes. And now that we are just waiting, we made a hypothesis about what is going to happen. Our hypothesis is that for bottle A, the balloon will not inflate. For bottles B and C, the balloon will inflate, but for bottle C, the balloon will be bigger. Fortunately, our hypothesis is correct. That's why we will proceed to answering the given guide questions now.
Good day everyone! Today, we are going to do an experiment about stages of cellular respiration. Before we start, let's prepare our materials first. We need spoon, piece of cloth, rubber band, container, water, sugar, and apple. First, we need to peel the apples and collect the scrap and cores. Then, to a medium-sized container, add the fruit, water, and sugar. Stir the mixture and cover the container with a piece of cloth and secure with a rubber band. For the first week, stir the mixture once a day, and after a week, the mixture will be like this. After several weeks, the mixtures develop as light fizz. That is the result of acetic acid fermentation.
Lately, I've been lying to myself. No, I need to get some help. Hoping you could save me, baby. Put our pictures on the shelf. Swore I'm over you, oh well, it's not that easy. Waking up in this place all alone. Staying up night and day on the phone. I need me to be whole again. Thought you were the piece missing from last. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. What you got me thinking? What you got me thinking? What you got me thinking? Lately, I've been trying to fix the mess, get myself up out of bed, but I'm feeling empty. Maybe I need to try something else, get you out of my head. You can't save me. Waking up in this place all alone. Staying up night and day on the phone. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. It's been harder for me now. 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 But I'll get through it somehow. 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 You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. What you got me thinking? 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 Lately, I've been lying to myself. No, I need to get some help. Hoping you could save me, baby. Put our pictures on the shelf. Swore I'm over you, oh well, it's not that easy. Waking up in this place all alone. Staying up night and day on the phone. I need me to be whole again. Thought you were the piece missing from last. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. What you got me thinking? What you got me thinking? What you got me thinking? Lately, I've been trying to fix the mess, get myself up out of bed, but I'm feeling empty. Maybe I need to try something else, get you out of my head. You can't save me. Waking up in this place all alone. Staying up night and day on the phone. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, I've been lying to myself. No, I need to get some help. Hoping you could save me, baby. Put our pictures on the shelf. Swore I'm over you, oh well, it's not that easy. Waking up in this place all alone, staying up night and day on the phone. I need me to be whole again. Thought you were the piece missing from last. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. What you got me thinking? What you got me thinking? What you got me thinking? Lately, I've been trying to fix the mess, get myself up out of bed, but I'm feeling empty. Maybe I need to try something else. Get you out of my head. You can't save me. Waking up in this place all alone, staying up night and day on the phone. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. It's been harder for me now. 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 But I'll get through it somehow. 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 You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. What you got me thinking? 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 Lately, I've been lying to myself. No, I need to get some help. Hoping you could save me, baby. Put our pictures on the shelf. Swore I'm over you, oh well, it's not that easy. Waking up in this place all alone, staying up night and day on the phone. I need me to be whole again. Thought you were the piece missing from last. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. What you got me thinking? What you got me thinking? What you got me thinking? Lately, I've been trying to fix the mess, get myself up out of bed, but I'm feeling empty. Maybe I need to try something else. Get you out of my head. You can't save me. Waking up in this place all alone, staying up night and day on the phone. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. It's been harder for me now. 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 But I'll get through it somehow. 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 You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. What you got me thinking? 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 Lately, I've been lying to myself. No, I need to get some help. Hoping you could save me, baby. Put our pictures on the shelf. Swore I'm over you, oh well, it's not that easy. Waking up in this place all alone, staying up night and day on the phone. I need me to be whole again. Thought you were the piece missing from that. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. What you got me thinking? What you got me thinking? What you got me thinking? Lately, I've been trying to fix the mess, get myself up out of bed, but I'm feeling empty.
Hello, today we will conduct a simple experiment. Here's are the materials that we need. Fresh leaves. Actually, it should be spinach leaves, but sadly, I don't have spinach leaves in my house, so I will use different fresh leaves. A plastic syringe, straws, washing liquid, baking soda, and a flour set. But I don't have one, so I borrowed one from a neighbor. So here's are the procedures. The first thing I'm going to do is put baking soda in a jar with 200 milliliters of water and dissolve it. Next, I pour a small amount of dishwashing liquid. Dishwashing liquid helps the baking soda get past the water repellent surface to the lid. And I'm going to mix that. The next thing I'll do is to start making my leaves bisque. Because I don't have any spinach leaves, I'm going to use other fresh leaves instead. I'll punch around 10 out of the new leaves with the end of a straw and then put it in a syringe. I'm also going to put part of the mixture in the cup. I'm going to pour slowly and cautiously at 10 things to prevent overfilling the cup with bubbles. Then I'll draw up a milliliter of my mixture into the syringe with the lid disc. I'm going to put my thumb on the tip of the syringe to form a good seal. Then I'm going to slowly pull the plunger until I see little bubbles coming out of my lid disc. Then I'm going to pull back a few mils and release. The disc should be sealed. The next thing I'll do is put my lid disc into the cup of mixture, and now I'm going to give energy from the fluorescent that I borrowed. I also set the timer when I turn on the lights so that I can tell when my lift discs begin to float. And now all of my lift discs are floating. Once my discs are all floating, I'm going to cover them and put in the dark area. I'm going to leave this alone for a few minutes and come back and check them later. After a few minutes, most of the lift discs have sunk to the bottom of the cup. They stop floating. So that's the end of the experiment. Our line graph for this experiment is still unworking. So that's it. Our group Warrior Squad would like to thank you for watching. Bye. Good day everyone. Today we were going to do an experiment. Here's are the materials that we need. Yeast, sugar, plastic bottle, marker, balloon, funnel, and rubber band. I start by adding the sugar to plastic bottles A, B, and C and swirling it around some more. No sugar in bottle A, 1 teaspoon sugar in bottle B, and 3 teaspoons sugar in bottle C. Then, I add about an inch of warm water to the bottle. Finally, I put the entire yeast in the bottle. After that, I swirled plastic bottle for a few seconds. Next, stretch out the balloon by repeatedly blowing it up. Then place the balloon over the bottle's neck. After that, place the balloon in a warm location for about 20 minutes. The balloon will begin to inflate if all goes properly. After 20 minutes, here are the results of the experiment. our experiment is done. So I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching. Bye. Good day everyone. Today we will conduct a simple experiment. Here's are the materials that we need. Fresh fruit or fruit scraps, sugar, sterilized storage bottle, towel, rubber band, and water. So here's are the procedure. To a storage bottle, add the fruit and water to cover the fruit. Then add the sugar and mix. Cover the mouth of the vessel with a towel and secure with a rubber band to keep out dust. After that, I put it in the drawer. After 1 day for the first week, stir the mixture at which point the natural yeast on the skins of the fruit will start to ferment the sugars into alcohol. Let the fruit ferment for another week, stirring occasionally. After several days, it should be bubbling lightly as the yeast ferments the sugar into ethanol and release carbon dioxide. Remove the towel, strain out and discard the solids, and add the liquid back to the jar to ferment into vinegar. After several weeks, taste the vinegar for acidity. Strain out the mother, SCOBY, and bottle the vinegar. And now, here is our final product.
Good morning guys, we are the Gold Diggers. In this video, we're going to show you the photosynthetic flotation experiment we do in this group activity. These are the materials that we need to accomplish this experiment. Number 1, baking soda. Number 2, dishwashing solution. Number 3, foil. Number 4, syringe. Number 5, spinach leaves. Number 6, light source. And the last one, cup and bottle. First, we need to put a baking soda in a bottle of water. After putting the baking soda in the water, we will gonna dissolve the baking soda in the water. It needs one more thing, which is a little bit of dish soap. We're going to put it in the water and then stir it. Close the bottled water. already done punching about 10 holes in a spinach leaves. All you need to do is put it in the syringe. Take note, be sure that they are not stuck on the sides of the syringe. And then place the plunger and push it almost all the way, and being careful not to smash the lips. Next, we're going to pour the buffer carefully again, trying to avoid too many bubbles in our cup. Then, we're going to draw up a few milliliters of our buffer syringe with the lip disc. So our lip discs are floating right at the top of the liquid in the syringe. This is because there's actually air inside of leaves. I want our lip disc to sink, so we're going to remove the air. I'm going to do that by applying a light vacuum. Put your thumb over the tip of the syringe to make a good seal, and then I'm going to pull gently on the plunger, and when I do that, I see little bubbles coming out of my lip disc. I'm gonna pull back a few mils and then release. Next thing to do, we're going to put the lip disc into the cup of our buffer. This lip disc carbon in the water, we're going to form in the form of baking soda. So now we're going to give them energy from this light in the form of light. We're keeping a note when the lip discs start floating. Our first lip disc started floating about in light control. Our lip disc starts to float in. To do one more experiment, we're going to cover them with foil. Basically, we want to remove the light source. We're going to leave this alone for a few minutes and come back and check on them later. After a few minutes, let's check on them now. We're going to put out the foil. In dark control with foil, all leave this sunk in 25 minutes. This is our photosynthesis lab graph. As you can see, as the time goes by, the number of floating discs increases. These are the proof that all members cooperate in this group activity. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. See ya. Good morning guys, we are the Gold Diggers. In this video we're going to show you how to inflate a balloon with yeast in this group activity. These are the materials that we need to accomplish this experiment. Number 1, a packet of yeast. Number 2, 3 small, clean, clear, recycled plastic bottles. Number 3, sugar. Number 4, some warm water. Number 5, 3 small balloon. Number 6, pen marker. Number 7, funnel, DIY funnel. Or number 7, disposable plastic spoon. And number 8, rubber band. First, in each bottle, we are going to put a different quantity of sugar. In letter A, we're going to put 0 teaspoon of sugar. Letter B, we're going to put 1 teaspoon of sugar. And letter C, we're going to put 3 teaspoons of sugar. And then, we're going to add 200 ml or just over 3/4 cup of water to each bottle. Now what we have to do is we now need to put 1 sachet of yeast to each bottle. So this can help us understand what's going on in the experiment if we keep all the other parameters the same and only change one of them. So again, we are only changing amount of sugar in each of the bottles. Next, we're gonna close the bottles using the lids and we're going to shake them. The reason we're shaking the bottles is to help dissolve all of the sugar in the water, help mix up all of the yeast, but it also helps to aerate the water inside the bottle. Now once you've done that, removes the lids. The next thing we need to do is to add a balloon to the top of each bottle. Now if you're a little bit worried that your balloons might pop off on the top of your bottle, you can secure them with your optional rubber. Next, we're going to leave the bottles for 2 to 3 hours and see what happens. Welcome back everyone. So what we've done there is we've left the bottles in a warm room for 3.5 hours, and as you can see, we have some very interesting results. First thing I want to point out is the level of foam in each of the bottles. So as you can see here, basically the liquid line, there's a small amount of foam we produce in each bottle, and as the concentration of sugar increases across the bottles, seem to be getting a higher amount of foam in each of the bottles. So this is showing us that the level of sugar that was added to the experiment, as you can see, the highest level here, and then decreasing the concentration, and finally there's no sugar in this bottle. What we are observing is that the yeast seems to be more active as the concentration increases in the experiment. Now, but most importantly, and the fun part of this experiment, is looking at the size of the bubbles or the balloons. And the balloons are basically trapping the carbon dioxide, and this is the gas that the yeast is producing as part of its cellular respiration cycle. As you can see here, when there was no glucose, there's no gas being trapped in the bloom. So this is very interesting, but we were expecting this because there was no sugar for the yeast cells to process, and there's no gas being produced in the experiments. But probably the interesting result here is between the increasing concentrations of yeast. So again, 1 teaspoon and 3 teaspoons of sugar. As you can see, depending on the amount of sugar in the experiment, you get a different size balloon in the experiment. That's all. I hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching. See ya! Good morning guys, we are the Gold Diggers. In this video we're going to show you how to create a homemade fruit vinegar or fruit scrap vinegar. The ingredients that we need to accomplish this group activity: number 1, 1 pound fresh fruit, 1/3 cup sugar, apple cider vinegar, it was optional, storage bottle, cheesecloth or paper towel, rubber band, and water. These are the ingredients that I mentioned earlier that we need to accomplish this activity. First thing we need to do is to cut the apples into small pieces. After you cut the apples into small pieces, next thing you need to do is to put the apples in a jar or storage bottle. After you put the apples in a storage bottle, next thing we need to do is to put or add enough water to cover the apples. Then put a sugar in a storage bottle. After you put the sugar, mix it well. You can use spoon or any other materials in order to mix it well. You can add some vinegar or apple cider vinegar to quick start the fermentation and help prevent mold formation. After you put vinegar or apple cider vinegar, stir it well. Use cheesecloth or paper towel to cover to keep insects out. Each day open it and stir. Soon, bubbles will form. At this point, it will taste mildly alcoholic. By doing this activity, we have concluded that fermentation is required to have an almost or near cold to occur and to cover or place it in a dark place so that the sunlight won't interfere yeast. We also have found out that vinegar comes in hand of being a living ingredient that is being produced along the process and how it ferments that result to having scabby form on the liquid surface. Lastly, we have known about fermentation being a process which kills harmful bacteria and therefore said that it is a great thing to do. That's the end of the video. I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching. See ya!
need to get some help, hoping you could save me, baby. Put our pictures on the shelf, swore I'm over you, oh well, it's not that easy. Waking up in this place all alone, staying up night and day on the phone. I need me to be whole again. Thought you were the piece missing from last. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. What you got me thinking. What you got me thinking. What you got me thinking. Lately, I've been trying to fix the mess, get myself up out of bed, but I'm feeling empty. Maybe I need to try something else, get you out of my head. You can't save me. Waking up in this place all alone, staying up night and day on the phone. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. It's been harder for me now. 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 But I'll get through it somehow. 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 You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no.
The materials we need in experiment are spinach leaves, 10 ml syringe, plastic bottles, baking soda, straw, liquid dish soap, and last, light source. Hi guys, the first step said use the straw hole to cut circular disc from the fresh spinach. Then use the 10 ml syringe and put the 10 discs inside of the syringe. Push the bladder almost to the bottom, but don't crush the leaves. Get a plastic cup with water, then grab the baking soda. Put a tiny amount of baking soda on the water, then mix it. Get the liquid dish soap, then put a tiny amount of soap on the water with baking soda. Then mix it again. Point the syringe upwards. Gently squeeze the syringe until liquids begin to come out. a finger on the edge of the syringe and draw a plunger back slightly, creating a partial vacuum. Repeat until the lip discs are suspended in the solution. This action forces the liquid into the interior of the lip. Pour the content of control in the plastic cup. Grab the light source, then turn it on. Monitor the disc every minute. Here's the proof that the lids is already floating. Put the cup in the dark, then wait until 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, we get the cup again, then 5 of the lid is already safe, while the 5 is still floating.
Lately, I've been lying to myself. No, I need to get some help. Hoping you could save me, baby. Put our pictures on the shelf. Swore I'm over you, oh well, it's not that easy. Waking up in this place all alone. Staying up night and day on the phone. I need me to be whole again. Thought you were the piece missing from left. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. What you got me thinking? What you got me thinking? What you got me thinking? Lately, I've been trying to fix the mess, get myself up out of bed, but I'm feeling empty. Maybe I need to try something else. Get you out of my head, you can't save me. Waking up in this place all alone. Staying up night and day on the phone. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. It's been harder I've been lying to myself. No, I need to get some help. Hoping you could save me, baby. Put our pictures on the shelf. Swore I'm over you, oh well. It's not that easy. Waking up in this place all alone. Staying up night and day on the phone. I need me to be whole again. Thought you were the piece missing from last. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. What you got me thinking? What you got me thinking? What you got me thinking? Lately, I've been trying to fix the mess, get myself up out of bed, but I'm feeling empty. Maybe I need to try something else. Get you out of my head. You can't save me. Waking up in this place all alone. Staying up night and day on the phone. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. It's been harder for me now. 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 But I'll get through it somehow. 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 You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. What you got me thinking? 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 Lately, I've been lying to myself. No, I need to get some help.
Hi
Hoping you
guys,
could
for
save
today's
me.
activity, we're going to do the cellular respiration with yeast by Starlight Group of STEM 11B. But before we start, let's prepare the materials. And now that we already have materials, let's do the experiment. The first thing we should do is to fill the bottles up with about 1 inch of warm water and put labels to it.
It's not that easy. Waking up in this place all alone. Staying up night and day on the phone. I need me to be whole again. Thought you were the piece missing from last. You're not the one, no, no. You're not the one, no, no, no. I'm moving on, admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. What you got me thinking? What you got me thinking? What you got me thinking? Lately, I've been trying to fix the
Then the
mess.
second step is to add the yeast and gently swirl the bottle a few seconds.
Do this for all of the
I
battle.
need to try something else. Get you out of my head. You can't save me. Waking up in this place all alone. Staying up night and day on the phone. You're not the one. No, no. You're not the one. No, no, no.
Next, we add the sugar and swirl it around some more. For battle A, no sugar. For battle B, 1 teaspoon of sugar. And for battle C, 3 teaspoons of sugar.
It's been harder for me now. It's been harder for me now. It's been harder for me now.
After that, we stretch out the balloon by blowing it up repeatedly. Then we place the neck of the balloon over the neck of the battle.
You're not the one. No, no. You're not the one. No, no, no. I'm moving on. Admitting we're done. That's what you got me thinking lately. You're not the one. No, no. You're not the one. No, no, no. I'm moving on.
Lastly, we'll let the batter sit in a warm place for about 20 minutes. And now that we're just waiting, we read hypotheses about what are we going to happen. Our hypothesis is that for battle A, the balloon will not inflate. For battle B and C, the balloon will inflate. But for battle C, the balloon will be bigger. Fortunately, our hypothesis is correct. That's why we will proceed to answering the given guide questions now. That's all. Thanks for watching.
Tonight, we're going all night. Can you pass a drink to get the vibe right? Don't feel like